it is. Okay. Yes, I do.
Okay.
Well, class, thank you so much for inviting me here. It's the first time I've been in a high school classroom for a good many years. And I can already feel the energy. You know, I live in a community surrounded by a bunch of 80 and 90-year-olds, and it's a little different environment than what I can see right here. So, thank you, Mr. Cordell.
Yeah.
For having me in your classroom.
Oh, thanks for coming in.
I hope I can conduct myself in such a way that I don't get sent to the principal's office. And thank you, Kaya, for inviting Grant to be a part of your history class. So I think with that, I'm good to go. Hope you will turn, Kaya.
When and where were you born?
Well, I was born quite a while ago in the San Fernando Valley. I don't know if I need this or not. Anyone know where the San Fernando Valley is? Mr. Cordell. So you get an A.
Nice.
San Fernando Valley is located about an hour's drive northwest of Los Angeles. When I was born there and lived there, it was a farming community made up mostly of small farms, as was the one that I grew up on. And so that was in 1922. How many years ago was that?
93.
Oh, and Kaya said 93 years ago.
I don't know.
So, all right. With that, what do you have in mind, Kaya?
What were your friends like, and did they influence you in a good way or a bad way?
Good question. What were my friends like? Well, they were basically like myself, illiterate, little farm boys and girls. Most of my friends, when I lived in the valley, which I did for 50 years, were divided into different groups. Neighbors, I suppose that most of you have neighborhood friends. Most of them were pretty nice people. I don't remember having any friends that were a negative influence on my life. And so then, of course, school friends. And along the way, I was able to buy a horse, actually an Indian pony. And so there was a group of us that thought we were cowboys. And we spent a lot of time roaming the countryside, roping the sheep. We were too small to rope the real cow, but we had a lot of fun. So that constituted a lot of my friends.
Was religion important to your family and friends?
Oh,
Religion, was it important?
was religion important? Yes, it was. My mother in particular was a very religious person, and I got a lot out of that through my religious teachings. By the way, I grew up in a Protestant home, and with the values that I was taught and learned held me in good stead over the years. So, yes, Kaya, religion played an important part. Furthermore, I became quite involved with church youth groups, and we had a lot of fun together, you know, parties and ice skating, roller skating, and those days that was big during my time, and going out on camping trips. And so the church was very valuable as I grew up.
When did you start dating?
When did I start dating? Well, I wanted to date Kyle. When I got acquainted with a cute young lady by the name of Betty Lou, and she was a real doll, I thought. But they wouldn't let me date her because we were both in kindergarten at that time. So that's when I started noticing girls, I guess, kind of. So I think my very first attempt at a date, and I say attempt, I'll tell you the story of why. Another cute blonde with long blonde curly hair took my eye, and I got on my horse, drove to her place, tied Baldy up, walked up the back porch, knocked on the door, expecting Laura Lee to come. But instead of Laura Lee, this great big guy, her dad, I guess, came to the door, what do you want? It took me by surprise, and I stepped back, fell down on a big bowl of cactus.
Oh.
You can imagine how that felt. I turned around, walked down the stairway, and untied the reins. Couldn't get on the saddle, and I walked like this for the next 2 miles home. And it was quite a painful and embarrassing situation. I never did have a date with Laura Lee, by the way.
What expectations did your parents have?
My parents, like a lot of parents in those days, did not have a college education. Both of them graduated from high school, which is similar to graduating from college these days, I believe. They were hard workers, and so my parents expected me to help out with the chores. I can remember we had probably 100, maybe 200 chickens. We raised rabbits, and we had a cow, and so my job in the morning was to get up and milk the cow at 5 o'clock in the morning, feed the cow, feed the horse, and the chickens. That was before I got ready for school. And then when school was over, I couldn't go out for sports because this was during the Great Depression of the 30s, and making enough to live on in those days was very, very difficult. And so I had to work after school, and then at night do the routine of feeding the chicken, milking the cows, and so forth. So my parents expected me to work hard and contribute to the livelihood of the family.